Hello and welcome to a much needed catch-up video. I normally do I normally do monthly wrap-ups of the art I've made, but everything in February I got behind with everything, so I thought we'll just start from scratch. What to start with? February, yes. We were doing Family February, looking at objects that mean something, and I started off thinking I could fill a whole sketchbook in a month, but no. But I've gone back to using the Leuchtturm. No, they're not. I've gone back to using the Art Creations, Royal Talons Art Creation sketchbooks, because I just don't feel like I'm experimenting enough. So I've gone back to these. I think it holds watercolour really well for sketches, better than some bad watercolour paper. So these were some of my objects. Some days I did sketches, like things like this. I've not been doing much messing about with colours, ideas, practicing different media. Not all of it goes. I've got a giant Jellycat tennis ball, which looks weird, and then I painted him as well, which was mad. Again, abandoned some of them, and then I got into flowers. And why did I do flowers? Oh, because the vase is a family object, so I drew that a few times. So I am not somebody that has neat sketchbooks. They are for sketches, ideas. I like that. I'd like to bring that into something else. Sketching, doodling, somewhere to get my ideas. Some things abandoned. Here I was testing out some, just using primary colours and the colour white. That didn't work out. That's a very, very grumpy looking owl. Sketched out my watercolour palette. Oh, I better cover that up actually, because it is course, a paid for course on Patreon by Emma. I can't say her name, unfortunately. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but on Patreon, she has a lovely Patreon, and she does 2 monthly courses, like over 2 months. As I say, I don't want to share the content of the course, but it's about composition, and I've really been enjoying some of the Zoom calls and the content of the course. And like doing these gave me the idea to draw my objects for February, just using 3 marker pens. So these worked out quite well. Quite like that. I'd like to bring that into my still life. It's so many ideas. So I think this was still in February, but on the 22nd of February the 100-day project started, so I started to do some still life ideas for the 100-day project. Again, practicing my watercolours, loose sketches. This bowl, it's a blue bowl we have, and it is so hard to draw, so I keep sketching it. Still not got it quite right. This I like, and I'd like to try that on bigger, better paper. Again, more sketching out ideas, more course information. Some very scary looking cats there. So I'm up to the section of the course on rhythm, so I need to finish that. This I quite like. I'd like to try that in watercolour. And then some days I just do random still life ideas. So I've still got quite a chunk of this book, and I think I will just fill it up with still life ideas for my 100-day project. I did stick in photographs of all my family February objects, because I just thought it's so nice to look back on, and I can still draw from these as well. So it's a nice idea. So what shall we do next? It's my February sketchbook. March in my sketchbook so far. What are we up to? It is the 11th of March. Going quickly. Oh, so my dad is a keen photographer, and I said I fancy drawing doors every day for May. March. Whoa. I just did a sort of thinking about what doors represent and things like that, and then starting to sketch some of the doors. I'm really trying to do a bit more sketching and drawing. Didn't finish that. Line and wash I'm getting into a little bit as well. Oh, random flowers. More still life ideas. Again, this is a page I'd like to revisit. I quite like how that is done as a tonal sketch. And again, the watercolour works quite well in the Royal Talons for practicing. I'm never far away from a vase and some flowers. It's probably my favourite thing to do, and not always the easiest thing. I need to finish that page. Oh, and another course I'm doing this month is Charlotta Hamilton from Blue Shine Art, her Scene in Shapes 4-week course. I think it's 4 weeks, might be 3, but there's a lot of sessions. And I've really enjoyed this week. Done quite a lot of sketching from that session. I really liked how this one turned out. I'd love to do that in watercolour as well. So we've been doing lots of different exercises, breaking images up and working out how to do them. Again, I was pleased with this one. Mixed media is definitely my go-to. So that's where we're up to in my March. So we'll see how we get on filling that up. Something I have got behind on is my daily sketch journal. February, I seem to have been ill quite a lot of February. Have I shown any of February? I won't have done, will I? 2nd of February feels like a long time ago now. I feel like I have shown this, so I'll just do a quick flick through. It does feel like a very long time ago. So I've been drawing my pages out, but not getting to colour them in. So I got the whole of February to finish. I have done some of March. I think spring starting and starting to see some flowers has just cheered me up. But again, I'm getting into the habit of just sketching it out and not colouring it in. So I need to set a day aside and just catch up on that. What next? The 100-day project is a mixture of things going well and things not going so well. It's the best way to show these. So I started off quite well using just indigo colour. I think my problems are when I start to use too many colours. So this was just like a doodle and I just filled it in. Again, this idea of bringing in fabric and blankets appeals to me. But I think I can very much overwork my watercolours. Where there is some white space, I think it's more successful. This is on the paper that I don't like. And maybe I should have drawn things out a bit better and they would have been more successful, but I do like the colour combination. So these have been fun, but I'm finding that I am starting to sort of stress a little bit and want them to be better, perfect straight away, and that's not the idea of the 100-day project. It's about practicing my watercolours, doing the experiments and having fun. This one I enjoyed. Did not enjoy it. It's like I forgot what a flower looked like on that one. And this one. Woo. But I like that one. And this one turned out really well. This is on some bow hung paper, and it's really quite a rough texture. And I just used Daniel Smith Moon Glow on, and yeah, just had fun. So I really like that one. Not so keen on the composition of this one. This is the same rough paper. Love the colours, but I don't like the arrangement of the flowers. So I think I found myself getting a little bit stressed. So we went back to doodle flowers. And I just used 3 primaries. So it was a quick one for the weekend. And this one's elements of it I like, and elements I don't like that. If we could just chop that up. Actually, I don't like the flowers, so it's just the bottom half. The slightly wonky cup, but I like the colours. I think it's important to look at like what you don't like and what you do like. I love the colours. Composition could have been better because this area just looks a bit blocky. And again, I need to practice working on flowers and not overworking the watercolour quite so much. But yeah, some bits I like. So that's the 100-day project so far. I think we're up to day 18 maybe. So I'm a little bit behind. I'm also behind on my doors, but I'm enjoying these. So I'm doing quite a lot of line and wash. I'm trying to keep the white space. So this one I used the thin micron pen for my line. This one I use a slightly thicker one, which I'm not sure I like so much. This one's got some nice colours in it. I think I just used 3 primaries again for that. I should write on the back what I've used. This one I don't love because of the foliage. I think I need to do a page in my big sketchbook of like how to draw complex foliage, and the green is too green. Not a massive fan of overly green painting. And this is something totally different for me. I kept a lot of white space, very, very simple. Just the 2 colours. It was the cad orange and the phthalo blue. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it, and that worked quite well. So testing out my colours and the 100-day project. I might go back to doing it in here. I'm planning a bit more. This was me practicing Quin Rose and Sap Green. And I did a few raw burnt umber and ultramarine. That was my 3 primaries. I didn't do this one in the end, Moon Glow and Sap Green. I'm not sure I quite like that. And that's the cad orange and the phthalo blue green shade. Oh, and this was the ideas for the doodles. Again, it's another case of love the warm-up. Didn't like the one on the actual watercolour paper. Maybe shouldn't have brought the blue in. So again, trying to work compositions of flowers, because it is hard to get flowers looking like they're growing and quite natural. So that's all I've done in that book this month. See, now I'm looking at it all, it actually seems like quite a lot I've done. And this morning, I can link to the video, I was playing about with abstract flowers, abstract mark making, trying to be a bit more loose with my florals. So I really liked how this one turned out. Not so keen on the colours on this one, but there's some areas that I really like. I like how this worked out. I love this flower. So what I might do is cut out the bits I like and stick it together into like a bunch of flowers. And then again, I thought, right, we're not sure what we're doing. Let's go back to using indigo. I think a lot of these are very similar sizes. I didn't do a bigger flower and smaller flowers, but some have worked out quite nicely. And again, I try not to think and overthink too much when doing these. And yeah, good practice. I have bought 2 new books this month. This one is just been released. It's been released by Inga. Yeah, sorry, I'm not going to pronounce that because I will pronounce it wrong. So I have her first book, Painting Calm, which I really like. So I thought, ooh, we'll get the painting landscapes. I think she has another one about animals, but I'm not a massive animal drawing and painting person. So this is lovely. So she really sort of breaks things up, has lots of ideas. Yeah, it's lovely. Nice trees. So yeah, really like that one. So about that. I saw this book on another video and I can't remember which video I saw it on, and I scoured the internet for this book. It's not readily available. I can't even fit it all in either on my screen, but it's beautiful. This is my watercolor goal, I would think. I absolutely, a bit like Shirley Trevina, I just think they're gorgeous. So there's a lot of ideas, a lot more tips and tricks in this one, so I really want to go through and have a good look. But yeah, beautiful. Really excited about this book. But these are the kind of paintings you look at and you just think, where do you start? So yeah, need to go back to basics, I think. Look at that one, the teacups. The teacups are beautiful. So yeah, really nice. Structure and Expression for Flowers in Watercolour by Jean Martin. Definitely my current favourite book at the moment. Again, is that everything for February? Let me just double check. So I'd forgotten that for every day of February I thought it would be a great idea to do all my family objects. I can't even fit that in on one sheet of A2 paper, and I think I did about 5 days. So this one was continuous line with the bark Inktense pencil and then a bit of water on top. So again, I think I should have kept all these to like 10-15 minutes maximum. And yeah, I like that one. This one's charcoal. I love the look of charcoal, but I don't like using it. It's just too messy. But again, some bits really worked out quite well. I love the button. It's quite cool. Try and show them all in one go. Oops. I did a digital sort of mock-up of all my objects, like on a shelf as well. And this was just watercolour in indigo again. Quite fun. So I don't think I got bored of doing the objects. I think I got bored when I started to do them more detailed, which wasn't this one. So this was just the Pentel brush pen, which I think was running out for a lot of it. I quite like the looseness of that one. Oh my god, that's terrifying. It's supposed to be a cute little owl doorstop. But it is nice working from objects in your house. Let's say they've got meaning. So I like that one. Cannot get it all on screen, sorry. This was just a pencil, but I think I used the 6B chunky Faber-Castell pencil. So I quite like that one. But this is probably where I started to tighten up a little bit. And then I did the 3 colours pencils, and I haven't finished this. I'd love to go back and finish it, but it's really, really slow. But maybe one day. And I think that's my problem. If I get sort of that I'm not picking it up, I'm not finishing it, it means it's not me. And this one again is half finished. So I started by using a layer of marker pens, which I didn't like. So then I went over with, I think it's just the Inktense bark pencil, but yeah, I'm not loving that one so much. I didn't like how that turned out. So, but then some bits I do like. I like how the little lemon balls turned out. Cute little watercolour tin, just little things like that. And the buttons are fun. I might finish it, we shall see. So yeah, February has been busy, and then March, obviously, with having the, let's put something to look at on the screen, having the 100-day project is certainly keeping me motivated every day. Even if I don't love them all, it's good practice. So any questions, drop me a comment, and please like and subscribe. It does really help the channel. I am a very small channel, but I don't post very regularly, and I think YouTube doesn't like that. So a like and subscribe would be lovely. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Bye.